Oliver stood in front of the mirror, adjusting his shirt and smiling at his reflection. In 2 weeks, he would become a married man. Everyone was excited, his family, friends, and even his church members. But deep down, he was troubled. For 5 years, he had dated Francisca, and not once did she allow him to touch her. Something is not right, he murmured to himself. He couldn't understand why she kept avoiding intimacy. How can I marry a woman I have not touched? He asked his best friend, Jude. Jude just shook his head and told him to be patient. That evening, Oliver picked up his car keys and drove straight to Francisca's house. She welcomed him warmly, smiling as always. You didn't tell me you were coming, she said, hugging him. I just wanted to see you, Oliver replied. He sat down and looked at her carefully. She looked beautiful as always, but something inside him wasn't at peace. Francisca, can I ask you something? He said, breaking the silence. She nodded. Why have you refused to allow us to make love? 5 years is not 5 days, he said calmly. Francisca looked away, not saying anything. Oliver moved closer to her and touched her hand. Do you love me? He asked. Of course, I do, she replied without looking at him. Then prove it, he said, placing his hand gently on her lap. Francisca stood up immediately. Oliver, please don't start this again, she said. I have told you many times. I want to keep myself until our wedding night. Is that too much to ask? Oliver was already getting angry. You are hiding something, he said. Which normal woman would date a man for 5 years and still be doing holy? Francisca was shocked. So now I am not normal, she asked. Oliver, I am doing this because I want to honor God and honor you. But Oliver wasn't listening. I don't believe you anymore. I think there is something you are not telling me. Maybe you have a secret. Maybe you are not even a woman, he said harshly. Francisca was shocked. What did you just say? She asked in a low voice. You heard me, he replied. You are acting like someone with something to hide. He stood up and walked to the window, breathing heavily. I don't want to enter marriage with fear, Oliver said, still looking outside. What if you are not okay? What if there is something wrong with you? Francisca walked up to him. If you don't trust me after all these years, maybe we shouldn't be getting married, she said. Oliver turned and looked her straight in the eyes. If you really love me, you will not deny me this, he said. I am not asking for too much. Francisca shook her head. I am sorry, Oliver. But I can't give you what you want until we are married. Oliver was quiet for a while. Then he picked up his car key and his phone. So, this is your final answer, he asked. Francisca nodded slowly. Yes. I want to remain a virgin until my wedding night. That has always been my plan. Oliver smiled, but it was not a happy smile. Then you can go ahead and marry yourself, he said. Francisca gasped. What are you saying? She asked. I am saying that I cannot continue with this wedding if you refuse to sleep with me before the day, Oliver replied. I need to be sure of what I'm marrying. Francisca sat down, looking shocked. You want to cancel the wedding just because of sex? She asked. Oliver laughed. You call it just sex. To me, it is more than that. It is trust. It is assurance. I can't walk into marriage with doubts. Francisca looked down. I thought you loved me for who I am, she said softly. I do love you, Francisca, Oliver said. But love is not enough. I need to know that I am not marrying a stranger. He walked to the door and opened it. Think about it. You have a choice to make. After Oliver left, Francisca sat alone in the sitting room. Her heart was heavy. She never expected this from Oliver. For 5 years, she had believed in him, trusted him, and waited for him. Now, he was threatening to leave her just because she wanted to do the right thing. She looked at the wedding invitation card that were on the table and tears rolled down her cheeks. God, what should I do? She whispered. Should I give him what he wants or stand by what I believe in? It was the hardest night of her life. Oliver didn't go home that night. He drove around Lagos, thinking deeply. He felt betrayed and confused. Am I making a mistake? He asked himself. But the more he thought about it, the angrier he became. No, he said. If she truly loved me, she would understand. The next morning, he called Jude and told him everything. Jude was silent for a while. Then he said, Oliver, this is not how to test love. There is more to marriage than sex. But Oliver had made up his mind. If she doesn't come to her senses, the wedding is off. By the third day, everyone began to notice that something was wrong. Francisca was no longer posting about the wedding. Oliver had stopped picking calls from his family and friends. When his mother visited him, he told her everything. My son, she said gently, marriage is not just about touching a woman. It is about patience, sacrifice, and understanding. But Oliver stood by his decision. I won't go into marriage blind. I need to know what I am marrying. His mother sighed and walked out. Things were falling apart fast. And the wedding was now hanging by a thread. Stay tuned for the next episode.